Hello and welcome to Inside the Paint, an inside look into all of the action of the British Basketball League. Round 25 is underway and we have non-stop action to keep you entertained this long weekend. So make sure to like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with all the games and results. I'm Jeanette Kwakye and I'm joined by two British basketball legends. Come on, Ovie Soko, Azania Stewart, lovely to have you. And March is coming to an end and that means voting for Player and Coach of the Month will be opening soon. Azania, who do you want to see in the running for this?
Oh gosh, I was thinking about Ben Thomas, but I know them Phoenix fans are going to vote him in again, and he's been up there. Maybe also Petar Božić. I think he's been solid. And then my player, I feel like TJ Lowell has been fantastic, especially as Teddy Allen, and Maceo Jack has been playing wonderful.
Ovie, who are you thinking?
This is a rough one. Cadle.
Cadle.
The newcomers.
Yeah.
Cadle Green's been doing an absolutely terrific job. I think seeing his evolution from newcomer to obviously everyone knows he's there now and he's sort of starting to have statement games back to back. So him from the coaches front.
Oh, isn't it? It's difficult.
You know what? Actually, Lions.
Okay.
They had a rough night tonight, but even was still in it. But yeah, they've been on good form.
Atiba Lions. Okay, so nice little spread across the board there. Interesting. Well, this Friday night, we were treated to a league classic as Rob Paternoster and the Leicester Riders travelled to take on Atiba Lions Sheffield Sharks. Let's take a look at what happened. 2 games out, no problem for Teddy Buckets. A first quarter masterclass dazzling the Sharks as he put away 15 points. The show continued into the second with a solid 23 points from the All-Star MVP. Sheffield lacked defensively and missed buckets that they should have put away easily. But they were lucky to go into the half, just 5 points down from the Riders. Then, as they say, it was a tale of two halves. The Sharks slowed Allen right down to a halt. In fact, just 2 points in the third from him. And as the Sharks and Riders yo-yoed with the lead, it was the fourth where we saw the points slow down and the Riders take advantage by being creative with their offense, distributing the points with their star man and mark man. They had to do something different. Tense final moments, but it finished in the favour of the Riders. A rare win at Sheffield, just. And what a game it was. We were in the studio going crazy over because we actually thought, wow, this could go to overtime.
Yeah, it really did. You know, it went down to the wire. I think at the beginning of the game, we spoke about it being the battle of the coaches, the battle of their coaching minds. But I feel like we saw battles between certain matchups. You know, Teddy obviously had a good game. A couple of the guys from Sheffield had a really good showing. Yeah, man, it was a blinder.
Yeah,
it was a blinder.
It was, especially that first half. Azania, who stood out for you the most? I think I know who you're going to say.
Well, the first half is Teddy Allen. Obviously, he was incredible, put up a number of points. But like I think off of you, of the coaching, you know, it was really about that. And I thought Lions, just at the end there, could have got a little bit better of a shot. They had Idle Rock shooting that 3 where they had... so many shooters.
Ramsey, they had him inbounding.
And we spoke about coaching and sadly it didn't fall on their side, especially as they play so well at home.
I know, it was a very, very tense moment, but congratulations to Leicester Riders for the wins there. So here are the results from Friday and the rest of the Easter weekend fixtures. Take a look there. The Newcastle Eagles yesterday, Thursday, 84-90 against Caledonia Gladiators. And then on Friday, Plymouth City Patriots losing the 102-79 to Cheshire Phoenix. Then the Sheffield Sharks, as we've just explained there, taking a loss at home, a rare loss for them at home against the Leicester Riders. There, they leapfrog the Sheffield Sharks there, the Leicester Riders into 4th place there off the back of the win this evening. Sheffield Sharks there in 6th. We can actually talk about some of those Saturday games. 5 more to keep you busy this weekend. On Saturday, the Bristol Flyers will be hoping to secure their spot in the playoffs as they host the Plymouth City Patriots. But first, the Caledonia Gladiators will travel to face the Surrey Scorchers. Ovie, we have to talk about Cadle Green, don't we? And, you know, it's only 7 games played in the league so far, and he's quickly established himself as a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, well, you know, I heard from the grapevine that he didn't think that he was playing his best basketball yet. And it's been so interesting to see how his game is continuing to progress, how the guys around him are continuing to warm to him. And the coach is, what it looks like, giving him the keys.
Yeah. Sorry, just to add to that, I thought I commentated them the other night, and Clifton Moore Jr., the post player, and that chemistry between them two, that pick and roll nightmare, they're so hard to guard, where Moore Jr. is also playing fantastic. So that 1-2 punch between them, they're figuring it out at the right time.
You know, Z, I'll stick with you actually, because Coach Lloyd Gardner, he's done a really good interview. It's available on the British Basketball League website. He's saying that he's not just going to be content, you know, with where they are at the season right now. He wants to push on for so much more.
Yeah, I think Surrey have struggled the last couple of years, you know, not making playoffs. And why not? You want to strive to be playing your best basketball at this time. I do think what is the issue with Surrey is that they've been so inconsistent. They've been so up and down, roundabouts, roller coasters, and you've seen that on Coach Gardner's face every game. He's stressed out. But, you know, I think they have the right pieces. They have great veteran pieces. Wang playing fantastic. And then, you know, I think if you are playing well and feeling good and confident at the right time, they do. He has a good point.
Yeah, absolutely. He wants to strive and push on for more, absolutely. Well, basketball doesn't stop on Easter Sunday as another doubleheader will be tipping off. The Cheshire Phoenix will face the Bristol Flyers for the final time this season, as the Flyers will aim to tie up the head-to-head. But first, the Newcastle Eagles will travel to take on the Leicester Riders. We are joined by our courtside reporter, Drew Lasker. And Drew, Leicester seem to have turned a corner here, having won their last 2 games. What will each team need to focus on to secure this win?
Well, first of all, what an Easter egg we have for you. The rivalry gets renewed, Leicester Riders and the Newcastle Eagles for both teams. The key for the Leicester Riders is making sure they get back in transition. In the month of March, they were giving up 108 points, but against the Sheffield Sharks, their defense finally showed up, and so they're going to have to make sure they clog the paint, because we know how Newcastle, they're artists at drawing fouls, in particular and transition. For the Newcastle Eagles, I mean, how do you stop Teddy Buckets? But the key is they're going to have to play collective defense, because your attention has to go to Teddy, but the others have been playing very well. TJ Law, Myron Thomas, and so they're going to have to make sure that their scramble actions out are superb, which is something we really haven't seen from this team all year long. But if anything, we know that both teams are going to have to bring that playoff intensity, because it's so much on the line with these guys clawing for 3rd and 4th place, and I will be right there front and center.
Great.
Thank you, Drew. The hardest working man on our team by far, right? We can all agree.
Yeah.
We can absolutely agree. But to finish off the long weekend, the Manchester Giants will host the Sheffield Sharks. Now, Manchester have 5 games left, and if Bristol lose one of their games this week, the Giants will need to win every remaining game to secure a playoff spot. So mathematically, it is still possible, but difficult to do, Ovie. And if you were in charge, what would you be telling the Giants to do?
I tell them, listen, guys, look, you win some, you lose some.
You can't say that.
I tell them just like this. I say, guys, look at me. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. And when I tell them that, you know, I expect my team to take that information and that energy and take it on the road, you know?
I mean, Azania, we can now see why Ovie is not courtside coaching anybody. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's more play for pride. I think they've had a lot of injuries. I think they're really young. I think even across their coaching staff, they struggle at points. So I think you play as hard as you can. I think you try and learn as much as you can, watch film. But it's going to be difficult. Okay, mathematically, there's a chance, but it's very difficult. They've got a fair few hard games to finish up. So it doesn't look good, but what does look good is you play for Manchester Giants on your chest and play hard.
You do play for that pride, and I guess you then try to set up what next season could potentially look like, right?
Yeah, I think that is what is interesting, because from that perspective, there is still a lot to play for. At the end of the day, a lot of these guys, you know, most of them are still very young guys and have a lot of basketball left to play. And I think coaches, the possible next employers, will be looking at how they approach these games, because ultimately everyone's all well and good on winning teams, but you want to see how the guys react when you're going through turmoil, and this is a perfect stage for them to sort of show that, no, you know what, we'll fight through.
Well, maybe you do have a coaching career on the cards there. Well,
Bounce
thank you. Thank you very much to Ovie and Azania. That's all from us this week. Please do drop a comment below letting us know what games you'll be watching, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the unbeatable action from the British Basketball League. And it's goodbye for now.